right. Should be live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... What day of the week are we in? Thursday, December the 21st. Should be coming close to your vacation soon. Let's fire this up. I really had no idea for a stream title today. And we're also about an hour late. Had to take care of some administrative functions on the site. Thank Chrome for distracting me. Otherwise, I would have been on time. No, I still would have been late. Just get YouTube up and running. 1 second. Chat is up. Check. Good. All right, there we go. Blazer. With my traditional one morning bit. Thank you very much. Good morning to you. Dino Warden. All colors mixed with black coffee. Kay says, good morning. I don't know what's happening. I was like, should I even stream right now? I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to turn the camera on and, we'll just end up doing something, right? But I didn't stream yesterday because I put up that video talking about the Massively OP. Every year Massively OP puts out, we spoke about that in the stream 2 days ago. So it's their traditional piece about bashing Star Citizen. And, I had a couple of very interesting discussions about just the mentality you need to just continually participate in a group. Like hating on something is, I want to say it's fun, it's fine. People like to hate on stuff, and people build communities around counterculture towards topics or things, which is fine. But what's the end game of that? Right? And I'm trying to think from like my own personal experience about something the closest thing I can think of is, like, I had a Suzuki Hayabusa, and the Suzuki guys would bash on the Kawasaki guys, and we'd be like a very pro Suzuki group. But I mean, truthfully, Kawasaki's also great. There's some great bikes. But it's fun finding a group which agrees with you on something to bash something else, because then you feel good about your thing. But what's the end game of that? Because truthfully, I'd be happy to own a Kawasaki at some point. I'm on a Yamaha right now. I've had Ducatis. I see nothing wrong with Kawasaki's. But there's a point in time where it was, that's bad. And that ties into what we're talking about, the hate groups that are built around Star Citizen. Yeah, you can, but how long can you do it for? Can you do it for a year, 5 years, 10 years? Like, what's the end game of that? Continually, forever? And that's what the fine ladies and gentlemen over at Massively OP, just going on for a decade at this point, right? I'm a Honda guy when it comes to bikes, but Tribalism is dumb. Yeah, Honda's got Goldwing, amazing bike, right? But I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Gar. It's, my bike and my choice is the best kind. You have a Yamaha or something else, like you suck. And Tribalism is fun, but at some point you grow out of it. I'm more than happy to pick up a Honda. We used to bash on Harleys all the time. Like, we were all sport bike guys in my group. And like, Harley's stupid, just makes so much noise. But I'm okay owning a Harley at this point. Right? You move on. Zero, good morning. How are you? So, I mean, there is an end game to that kind of tribalism where you kind of move on. You go, okay, like that was fun. Like the bashing of the other bikes was fun, but I'm okay with owning something else at this point. Last one was an 84 Honda 250 CBX. Damn. Well, truth is, bikes are dangerous. I've got my Yamaha MT-01 in the garage. Has not started up this year. Have not ridden it for like 2 or 3 years at this point. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it still cranks over. I need to get a new battery for it. Now the 250s are fun. Now I gotta Google that. A CBX 250 RS. Oh, let's see what you got. Welcome to the bike discussion. Oh, Okay, it's naked in Japan. Do you live in Japan? Yeah, that looks like a fun little bike to get around in. Maybe those 250s haul. My wife had a Ninja 250. MT1s are pretty well regarded. They are? Oh, you New Zealand? Yeah, so the MT01 was sold in Canada for a short while. And then I think sales were just so bad because I'm the only person that bought one, and they just disappeared. So you can't get them anymore. But it's a solid bike. I mean, the engine's solid. The only one issue I had was I think the front tire needed to be replaced because it was wobbling. There was a defect on the factory tire. But otherwise, a solid bike. It was. I haven't started the engine up in about 2 or 3 years. Hope it still runs. But not bad, except it's too bad. I mean, I guess it's too much of a European flavor for North American consumers. Your 6.1 was a bit small? Really? No, the MT01 was too small because it's got decent clearance. I found it to be pretty decently, the height of it to be pretty good. I mean, you can always kind of raise it a bit, I guess, but I didn't find it too bad at all. Yeah, New Zealand must have some pretty good riding country, some nice roads up there, right? But yeah, great bike. I don't think it caught on with North American consumers. It's just a bit too weird for North American consumers. Oh, you mean the CBX? Yeah, 250s. I mean, yeah. So my wife's 250 is like it's fun because you're sitting on top of it, right? You can feel you could throw it around. Welcome to Bike Talk. Speaking of motorcycles, CIG owes us a bike. The joke is that the last day of Luminalia is going to be a picture of the handlebar of the new. They should totally do it. At this point in time, they should do it. In fact, this was on Reddit. Someone picked up on that joke exactly. Or was I wrong? I'm pretty sure I saw it. For those who weren't around for last year's Luminalia. Oh, here it is. Ground vehicles not good in SC right now. I agree with you, Gar. I feel as many changes that they've made to the ground vehicles, they still feel floaty to me. Even on planets with normal gravity, it just feels like you're just floating around too much. You skid too much. Acceleration's good. I feel, for my personal preference, that vehicles are too fast. I don't think like the space motorcycles are quick. I feel like they're too quick. Shimpasta, welcome. I don't know. I just feel that all the ground vehicles are a good 20-30% too fast in the top speed. But that's just my preference. But I just feel they're too floaty. Like the vehicles don't carry weight. You slide, you ramp over a rock and you fly in the air for like 2 days. Even on normal gravity, I just feel the weight of the vehicles just don't feel weighty enough. I mean, they had that physicist. Remember when they were trying to get like the physics of it down? They had like, an actual physicist in-house, and he had like full-on universal string theory equations to explain exactly how physics in the game will run. Like they went full out in this, and it still feels too floaty for my preference. I mean, that's personal preference. I mean, some people love it. Throttle and brake control is weird. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, you know, it's Chris Roberts' game, and he'll set it up the way he wants to do it. The Mule is the fastest vehicle? Is it? That's funny. Right, it's like Andy, the Mule should be slow. It should be like running speed slow, in my opinion. Like you pull the mule out of your ship, it shouldn't be going at the speed of a motorcycle. Like the mule should be slow as a snail, in my opinion. It shouldn't be a vehicle that flies along. I feel that, well, look, I don't think we're some sort of game development geniuses. I'm pretty sure they've got an idea of what they want to do with it. What do testies think of master modes? Feedback has been okay. Actually, yesterday, we had a guy saying it's a terrible, actually master modes was a terrible idea because it basically means if you get engaged in combat and you don't want to fight, your ability to run away is greatly reduced now because your shields drop when you have to spool up, right? I haven't spent enough time there to really give a better opinion, but from the time I've spent in Arena Commander, it's not bad. I like the slowdown. There was a time, you guys will remember, there was a patch, was it patch 2 point something, where they doubled the speed of all the ships. Like if your top speed was 500, your top speed is now 1,000. And from that day on, like jousting became a thing. We just fly past each other all the time because everyone just came rockets in space. So them slowing it back down now to what they're doing now is actually normalizing, I feel, to what they had in the beginning. I feel that they went way too far when they doubled the speeds, and now they're kind of trying to tone it down. But I will go as far as saying they have to tone it down even more. They want to bring in people closer in combat, and I agree with that because I don't want to be shooting at a pip in the distance. I go, there's the pip, I'm just aiming at that, and maybe I hit something. Like, I want to be up close. Like, I'm not talking Elite Dangerous up close where I can actually look inside your cockpit and see you. Well, that'll be nice also. But there's definitely some space between where we are now and, try bringing it a bit closer so combat is a bit more about maneuvering and, less about how much you can tricord, which is what they're trying to fight. But I feel they have some way to go. It's going to be interesting what happens with Squadron 42 because they're going to lock down the flight mechanics into that game. I guess they don't. Do they need to lock it down? They can change the flight mechanics in Squadron 42 if they want to. But for the sake of making the game playable, they need to essentially settle on a flight mechanic that is easy enough for the average player coming in to play Squadron 42. This is the great challenge I think they face, is that people who are coming in to play this game might have zero experience, will have zero. Majority of the people playing this game when Squadron 42 comes out will have zero experience in any kind of flight combat. Starfield took a big risk in making space combat a part of the game because not everyone might be into that and not everyone might understand what flying even means. Star Citizen has it 10 times worse because of the 6 degrees of freedom and just the way that you fly around, so they've got to dumb it down as much as possible. I think they've overcorrected speed a bit. The spaceships are slower than real-life jets. Look, in real life, you're going Mach 1, right? And you fire your air-to-air missile at something that's over the horizon, and you'll never see your target. So there's real life, and then there's fun. I don't think that... Well, I mean, I do enjoy shooting a torpedo. Yeah, I like locking my torpedoes on some bounty that's off in the distance and just sitting back and watching it go and hit him. That's fun. But it's not what they're aiming for here, right? Wait, were you able to see day 12? Oh, Stratos, we were just kidding about that. The joke was that in Luminalia last year, the final, there was like a knife and there was a gun and there was cool stuff. And the final day, we thought it's going to be this big prize. Like, the final day is going to be like Santa giving you a present. And the final day, when you logged on, we got this. And the first thing everyone thought was they're giving us a motorcycle. They're giving us a space bike. And everyone was like, oh my God, we're getting a space bike. That's awesome. And everyone was like, it wasn't just me. And I was like, that's amazing. It's how generous of them. Give all your backers, when you can't exchange it for $20, but give them a space bike that you cannot basically melt or transfer. It's just fixed to your account. And that's it. I thought it was very generous. And then I went to my account and realized it's not actually a space bike. It's just a picture of a handlebar for what would be the quad, which they want to sell you for $40. Or was it 20? Whatever it was. So yeah, we all cried about that. Well, I cried about that. I was like, how could you, CIG? So have you determined the flavor of the SC Kool-Aid? Rimoin, no. We're still discussing it. I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of mint. Blueberry mint, I'm guessing. The whole Star Citizen is a cult is a theme from the Ladies and gentlemen, massively OP article, which I did the video about yesterday. Interesting comments. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels this way about stuff there. One of the comments from the editor-in-chief, which is Brianna Royce, she said that her bottom quote, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. At this point in time, though, people are still pouring money into it, getting exactly what they deserve, implying that you deserve something horrible. And like the top voted comment in my video, as a longtime backer, I have to admit I got what I deserved. My best video game moments with friends so far is playing Star Citizen. And that's what I said in my video too. I said, yeah, we got what we deserve. Like you spend $45, you're getting what you deserve. You spend $50,000, you're getting what you deserve. It's really on you. And I'm not upset by what we have. I'm okay with what we have. A lot of people agree. Massively OP are so transparently biased. In the year we saw Star Atlas shit the crypto bed day before get exposed. Oh, right. God, was there any mention of the day before in any of the articles? I didn't check. But as far as their hate and disdain for crypto goes, I don't think I saw Star Atlas. Well, admit, I didn't read any of the articles. The only page I read was the one that said anything about Star Citizen. But if they didn't say anything about Star Atlas, I would be very surprised. Because if they're so anti-crypto, they got to give Star Atlas special mention. Yeah, the 11th tab is the Luminalia light. Go grab them. We had, this is WMK made this awesome animated GIF, which I put up on my Discord, which looks like this. Isn't that cool? WMK, if you watch, thank you very much. That's awesome. So festive. Actually, now I'm interested to see if they did give Star Atlas a mention or not. MMO of the Earth Studio Classic MMO Surprise PvP Worst Business Model Star Citizen Biggest MMO Disappointment. Okay, I guess day before does not fit into that. Day before was mentioned the day after. Biggest MMO blunder? Overwatch 2? Okay. Most underrated? I don't even want to read anymore. Massively OP's article here is probably the only game-related thing I've read in about 9 months. It's probably the only game-related thing I've read all year. I just don't read these journalists and their opinions for stuff because I just found that I don't care. Is it getting older? I care less and less about other people's opinions about things. There was a time, when you may be 16 or 17 or maybe when you're 21, 22, where I really wanted to read every single thing that some journalist had to say about some game. I must know what their opinion is. But as you get older, I care less and less about other people's opinions. You don't have to tell me how you feel about a game. I'll watch people play the game. Daniel, welcome. I'll watch people play the game. I'll decide if it looks cool or not. Then I'll go buy it. And if I don't like the game, I'll refund it. Or if I can't refund it, I go, oh, well, that sucks, and I'll go on with my day. And that's basically it. It's like I'm not going to spend 5 hours reading reviews or seeing how many stars someone gave or read Steam reviews, which is just terrible too. So, Chimpasta, what is your opinion on the master modes? People feel it's too slow and boring. It's still faster than what it used to be. And Chimpasta, I mean, as I was saying, CIG needs to dumb down the combat to make it at least playable for people that have no idea how to fly. Because Squadron 42 comes out, if there's a mission in Squadron, well, there is a mission in Squadron 42. In Squadron 42, you go out to the flight deck and you're with the old man, and he goes, hey, follow me. We have to fly somewhere. And you'll fly and follow him, and you'll say, engage, press T to target above you, and you'll press T. Then you'll say, all right, now fire on them, and you'll fire on them. They'll teach you how to do the basics. But the basics have to be simple enough for the average person, and the average person is pretty stupid. So the game does need to be dumbed down if you want this game to sell. Otherwise, what you're going to have happening is people buying this game saying, oh, it's cool, up to the point where they ask me to go and fly my ship, and I don't know how to take off without crashing. And if you reach a point in the game where you simply cannot proceed, that's devastating for Squadron 42. Like, if there's a mission in Squadron 42, it says you jump into your ship, you fly into this nebula, you kill this guy, and then come back and land. But the person cannot do that. They've basically hit a wall in Squadron 42, which will then make Squadron 42 the worst game ever made. So it's a very tricky situation. Unless you can bypass those missions. I'm pretty sure they want to put those kind of missions in the game, right? Do you think the current cost of AAA development will kill the golden goose? Which golden goose is that? Well, look, AAA development is expensive. What did GTA estimated cost? What would that even be? 2 billion? Analysts estimate that the to-be-released GTA 6 is 2 billion, including marketing and other expenses. All right, that's the key word there. I look at it like movies, right? There's some movies which are made for 50 million and have a massive box office hit. Some movies will be made for 300 million and be a flop. So it really depends on what you hit or what you do. What is the... I'm trying to think of an indie game that did well. What's a recent indie game that really hit it out? Let's see. That I played. Spaceborne 2? Is that one of them? What was that one? Oh, wait. Valheim. I mean, it's not MMO. Company was founded 2019. Valheim worked for 2 years as a solo project. Valheim, I don't remember. Is this it? So I think Valheim is a good example of that you don't need, a $500 million budget. Valheim, I don't know if these numbers are accurate, but if it was 13 million in development, that's not bad. Not bad at all. But I think the expectations for what a AAA game is these days, this is what it is. The benefit or the advantage that Star Citizen has I don't have a breakdown of the 2 billion for GTA 6, but I guarantee you that maybe 500 million plus is being put aside for just marketing. So call it 1.5 billion in development is not crazy. So Star Citizen 650 million is incredibly high but nowhere close to $1 billion, which is just half the budget for GTA 5. Let's even chop this down. Let's say GTA 6 only cost $1 billion. That's before the marketing even kicks out, or including the marketing. Yeah, I'd be curious to know how they get this number. GTA 5 cost $265 million, made $7 billion in revenues. Nice. GTA 6, $2 billion rumored. Would you pay $100 for a game? Interesting. Ramoin's asking the interesting questions here. So Spaceborne was made with like one or two guys. That's more did like that is impressive. I love stories like that where like one or two guys sat down, just a passion project, then made a game which is cool. But for every one that succeeded, there's 10 which have failed. And that's the unfortunate part. CIG made the engine start in the basement. Yeah, look, at this point, do we need to defend CIG on their excessive timelines? I mean, there was a time like, no, you don't understand. I'm building no game. Like at this point, like whatever, man. Like I'm not here to convince anyone. There was a time, when we were a smaller community and we're spreading the word, like, hey, I backed this game. You got to check it out. Star Citizen. They're making a space sim. Like there was a time, but at this point, they're on autopilot right now. Like no one should feel that they need to stand up and start explaining why things took so long. I'll make a video about it every once in a while explaining it because people tend to forget, like yesterday's video. But 10 years, it felt like that was probably way too long. But then you look at GTA 6 and go, okay, they could have also been doing this for the last 10 years plus. With an existing studio, with an existing game engine, with existing concept artists, with existing game design artists, with everything, and still rumored to be $2 billion. And I would say that makes sense. I mean, even $1 billion, let's cut it in half. If I said the budget was $1 billion, I'd go, yeah, it sounds like it could be $1 billion. Don't forget, marketing is sometimes half the cost when it comes to these game designs, right? There have been some interesting leaks coming from the Insomniac data hack. Oh, I gotta actually, thanks for reminding me. I gotta catch up on that. What was that Insomniac data hack? What was the content? Insomniac hack? I gotta catch up on this news.
December 12th, notorious ransomware group Risita announced it was holding a mass of Insomniac Games data hostage. If Insomniac Games wanted to keep the information from being released, it would have to pay up. Risita wanted 50 Bitcoin, roughly $2 million.
Okay, what was the content? They got everything? They got everything that they had. The scene that's been keeping GTA 5 alive this moment was a role-playing scene. Oh, absolutely. Physician, the RP community. That's why I'm kind of surprised that GTA 6 is even coming out. I would have thought that the RP community in GTA 5 is a good enough reason to never have a GTA 6 come out. But I'm guessing with the acquisition of the biggest RP group and integrating them into the company themselves, into Rockstar, they're basically going to bring everyone along and go, hey, like you RP guys, come, like we'll put you here now. Right, they hide the RP guys, exactly, which is an excellent move. The RP community is, I haven't played at RP. My kid keeps asking. He wants to join an RP GTA server, but I don't think it's for kids. I think most of them are 18 plus, right? One being the idea that due to cost development, AAA could be sold in parts. Yeah. So we spoke about this briefly in the video yesterday where I said the Squadron 42 is going to come back onto the store. What do you guys think the price of Squadron 42 will be when it comes out? Because $60 at this point sounds kind of low for a AAA game. $70, I go, well, that sounds about right. But if it's a AAA game and they're going to go, here's all these A-list actors from Hollywood that are in it. Can they pull $80? Right, so more dip exactly. Can they pull it out as an $80 game? I think that Squadron 42 could be an $80 game. I think that if they really want to try push it, they could say Squadron 42 plus Star Citizen, $90. Do you think they'll push it? I think $80 is fair, though. It's kind of sick that we consider $80 a game these days, but hey, that's inflation. I just came back from the store. I was just buying some buns for burgers, looking at the meat and salmon. Piece of salmon like this size, $8. Although ribs on sale now. By the way, I think ribs on sale everywhere. Go to your local Costco. Ribs on sale right now. It's going to make ribs for lunch. Actually, I'm lying. I'm going to make pulled pork for lunch. Actually, I'm lying. I'm going to make pulled pork for lunch and ribs for dinner. That's the plan. Yeah. Vile expects $100 plus for the game. Okay, so Vile, if they do it as a Squadron 42 plus PU package, then maybe. Squadron 42 plus Star Citizen, maybe a starter ship. They could pull $100, probably, as a package. Yeah. But I want to bring myself up to speed on what happened here. Data was uploaded to separate parts. Okay, so what did they grab? It announced it's holding a massive Insomniac Games game data hostage. What was the data? They're looking for 2 million. Should be asking for Solana. Your 2 million in Solana will become 3 million by the time this bull run's done. Or maybe cut in half. Goes either way. Got Wolverine. So they grabbed the Wolverine game itself? Is that what they got? So let me understand. Is the Wolverine game currently downloadable? Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. Can you imagine how devastating it is that you've worked on this game for so long and everything is released? That's just devastating. Holy cow.
But I will the leaked materials linking to them in any way, shape, or form. And to call the situation a leak is an understatement. What has occurred here with Insomniac is nothing short of a crime.
Well, obviously. I'll have to go watch Yongye's video about that later, but devastating. Absolutely devastating. 139. Yeah, Moa Dib, they may do like a gold and platinum package, right? You get Squadron 42 platinum package, includes a starter ship and includes Star Citizen for $139. Doable, as opposed to $80 for Squadron 42 plus 50 or $60 for the PU. I don't know. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like $139. You're right. You're probably right. $80 for Squadron 42 on its own, but with increasing packages depending on the starter ship you want in Star Citizen. That could work. Green Cruise flavored Kool-Aid. Arc Nova, yeah, you're right. The in-game drinks would be the flavor. You are right. Yes, correct. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Physician. As luck will have it, this is going to happen. GTA 6 and Squadron 42 will be released within weeks of each other. It's just the way it's going to be, right? I know we were concerned a while ago that Starfield and Squadron 42 would be released around the same time. And it could be devastating, but so much for that. It didn't work out. even with Starfield's bit of delays, you know. Where can I apply for the Star Citizen Cult? Mono, you have to do a blood sacrifice. What's up, Sparius? If you're just coming in, we were just making fun of the whole massively OP is still going on. Like, it's a cult, it's a scam. Can you believe the cult scam is still going? And I was, before you guys came in, right at the beginning of the stream, I was just asking, like, at what point do you stop? Like, when do you move on? And I just feel it's unhealthy. The similarities I drew to it is like, well, as was correctly pointed out by Gar, the tribalism. The tribalism is fun, but at some point you grow out of it. And we were saying how when you ride a Honda or you ride a Suzuki, you make fun of the Yamaha guys. And the Yamaha guys will make fun of the Kawasaki guys. And the Kawasaki guys make fun of the Harley Davidson. Actually, no, everyone makes fun of the Harley Davidson guys. Yeah. Everyone gives the Harley guys flack. But the Harley guys look down on everyone else also. So tribalism is fun. But you get to a point in time where I am now, like, I mean, I'm a Yamaha guy at the moment. Had a Ducati. Like, I'm okay with getting a Harley. I could do that. You grow out of it, right? Expat, most fun scam ever. It is. And I said, you know, her Brianna, let's call her Brie. Brie's closing line was, at this point, though, people still pouring money into this project are getting exactly what they deserve. So you guys, if you put money in, you get what you deserve. And top comment on my YouTube section was exactly correct. It's like, as a longtime backer, I have to admit, I got what I deserved. The best video game moments in my life. Well, that's not me saying that. That's this guy saying that and everyone agreeing with him. All right, so Spurs, my question, maybe I spent too much time digging into this. Is this an act? I mean, is she pulling like a character, like this is my character who hates things, or is it actually real? Because if it's real, it's so weird. It's just strange. If it's an act, I get it. Like, okay, we are a publication that does this. This is what we do because it's our act. I get it. I'm so curious. Like, I would love to meet some of these actual journalists and ask them, like, do you actually believe this in real life? Or is it an act because it just it brings you clicks? If Squadron 42 PC only will be fine. Come out with GTA 6. Rumors GTA 6 won't come out on PC for a while. No, Mr. Will. I don't think that PC release of GTA 6 will be delayed. Like, there's no ways in hell they'll put it out in console first. There'll be riots. The entire RP community is on PC. The RP community is what drives GTA 5, right? Shibaru complains about other people putting pineapple on pizza. What's wrong with putting pineapple on pizza? You know, my kids go down too, like, they go, pineapple's terrible. Like, why? Anyone from Brazil here? Do we have any Brazilians in chat? Because Brazilians will tell you how to make a good pizza. Brazilians will open up your fridge, take everything out your fridge, stick it on top of a pizza. We're talking peas, tuna, any kind of meats, cheeses, any kind of cheeses, everything. But the one kind of pizza that my old Brazilian neighbors did not have was pineapple. Pineapple and crispy ham or any kind of bacon. And I made the pizza for them. Because here's like a Hawaiian pizza, which, by the way, was invented in Canada, of all places. And they tried it and go, that from them eating peas and tuna on pizza, they said my pineapple pizza was weird. Val, you from Argentina? What's happening down in Argentina these days? It looks like you guys are having quite the adventure also, right? Oh, the protests? Austerity plans? It's so interesting. I'll actually want to discuss some Argentinian politics with you a bit later, maybe. I think it's fascinating what's happening down there. It's like a live experiment. People that hate on pineapple being on pizzas because the fruit, especially there, but since tomato is a fruit. Yeah, don't get technical here about the whole thing about ordering a vegetable salad and then tomatoes coming in with it, right? But for me, pineapple, this is the important topic of the stream, I guess, right? Pineapple is sweet. Salty bacon or ham is salty. And the two flavor profiles are contradictory to each other, which then makes it a good combination. It's that salty and sweet. Clementine on a spinach salad. Yes, I'll take pomegranates, clementines, anything on a spinach salad. That works well too. Healthy eating here, guys. I live in Florida now, but we've got a new president. He'll be get rid of the Kirchner's corruption. Yeah, it's interesting. My brother-in-law is from Argentina. I think it's a fascinating situation they're having. Big screen. This is our conversation screen because it looks like I'm looking at the chat. Or should I? Did you guys see let's just close off this topic on Massively Up quickly. Okay, so put the video up. There was a guy here named Noisy who said that the Star Citizen refunds Reddit was founded due to the CIG playing around with the terms of service. I know we're going off tangent quickly. We'll get back to pizza in a second. Let me pull this up. Are you based in South Africa? Negative. I'm north of the wall. British Columbia. Or North Washington. Might as well be. The funny thing is, coming here, I lived in North Carolina before this, and when we came to BC, it was weird because there's pickup truck culture, there's pickup trucks, and there's a bit of cowboy culture here. I guess a proximity to Alberta, which is like North Texas, and there's also like Canadian MAGA. So it was weird that you are pretty far from the South, and you come across and there's people wearing cowboy hats, bumper stickers of ARs on the back of the pickup trucks. I'm like, what? Where are we? MAGA but polite. Kind of, yeah. And our old neighbors, like we'd go visit and they'd be playing country music. And so like you're walking in and we're going like for dinner and there's country music playing. Like, what? Where? It kind of takes you by surprise. But there is, southern, I don't know, well, it's not, is it southern? It's not southern because we know we're close to the South. But there's cowboy culture and like country music culture. We just had the Christmas Day parade in my town. And there was a bunch of cowgirls wearing cowboy hats doing like line dancing and square dancing and whatever, coming by with some country music as part of the parade. I'm like, oh, well, that's that. What? Where are we? It's weird, but no, it's yeah. It's basically, that's why I say it's North Washington. I mean, we don't have Trader Joe's, and there's one Krispy Kreme, which is like miles away, which we never go to. But otherwise, it's kind of close. Except the money's also weird. Check out the money here. It's different colors. But look, isn't that cool? It's not paper. This stuff can go through here's the smart thing about Canadian money. It's a polymer, and you can put this thing to the wash as much as you like, and it'll be the same. It's amazing. And that's the $5 I have in my wallet. I know, right? I had to get change for something, but I don't even carry my wallet anymore. Everything I need is right on my phone. I can't remember the last time I paid for something with cash even. They've changed the money to plastic stuff. Yeah, it lasts forever. Monopoly money, right? Well, this is a different topic here with this guy. Basically, he's saying that the refunds Reddit started because of the term to service stuff. I don't feel like digging back into that now. What's the story with our Fat Fury? Any word on this? Because this looks like it might be a $300 expenditure, which will give me exactly what I want, which is more pain. Fun and weird when I visited the US and got all this paper money. Yeah, so the US is the first time what was it? I gave like a $10 bill for something, and I got back. I was buying something with $1, and I got back a whole bunch of $1 bills. Like, I don't want your $1 bills. Like, don't give me like a fat wallet full of $1 bills, all right? I hate that. Could it be a drone reveal? This thing? Paper money is either fake. Look, the US knows how to deal with that. The US is very good at dealing with counterfeit. I'm sure those of you who may have worked retail at some point or another were able to identify fake bills easily. And if not, now you always use that pen to show up on the cotton of the paper to make sure it's legit. It is easy to fake, but not easy to spend or get accepted, right? Fat Fury, will that be carrying Fury? Yes. At the back, actually, you know what? That's amazing. The Fat Fury should have a normal Fury attached at the back. Oh my God. You're onto something. Oh man. Someone call up CIG immediately. The Fat Fury has a normal Fury docked in the back. It's a snub. The normal Fury is a snub fighter for the Fat Fury. That's my idea. I'm stealing it. They talked about Secret Service to visit places that have certain printing presses tested. No, now that you mention it, they should have some sort of launch, some carrier that's built specifically for the Furies. That'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, someone call CIG. Tell them that the Fury should be a snub fighter for the Fat Fury. You're onto something. I'll call up Chris on my phone right now. Oh, do you guys see this news? GTA 6 hacker sentenced to life. This poor kid. Well, I guess, I don't know. I'm assuming he's a kid. Devastating. Is there no article attached to this? No? Can you imagine? Poor guy. They should add the bike that is part of the ship. Stratos, you're absolutely correct. The Nox should have been part of the Santok Yai. And the Nox should also fit onto the tail section of the Car2L. It's a wasted opportunity. Like, if anything, carrying that on a bike would be awesome. Oh, and the new naked meta on... the naked meta happening on Twitch. It's cool. It's like, yeah, if you have young children, don't go to Twitch. Don't go look. Also, I want to read this article. What do they mean? Why would he get life? Life imprisonment for hacking? That sounds extreme. GTA 6 hacker sentenced to life in hospital prison. So it's a mental facility? What the hell is a hospital prison? The elevators kill you. Yes. Sorry. What? I'm assuming this is a mental facility. Do not call them mental facilities anymore? Is there a politically correct term that it's called now? A hospital? Prison? He's a threat to what?
In September of 2022, GTA 6 was unveiled to the world after Arian Kurtage, a British teen and member of ransomware group Lapsus Dollar, was able to hack Rockstar. The teen then released numerous videos of GTA 6 gameplay, confirming a return to Vice City, female and male protagonists, and much more. Kurtage warned Rockstar that he would leak the game's source code unless he was contacted on Telegram, but he was arrested before any damage could be done.
I must know how they found him. Assuming he's not a complete idiot, he's a part of an established ransomware group. They must have precautions in place that prevents him from being found. How the hell did they find him through whatever, blockades he had in place? Was there ever an article about that? If there is, someone let me know. I'm curious to know how they managed to find the guy.
GTA 6 hacker sentenced to indefinite hospital order. According to the BBC, the judge ruled that Kurtage posed a high risk to the public due to his desire to return to crime and potentially even hack Rockstar again. During a hearing, Dr. Claudia Camden-Smith, a psychiatrist, warned that Kurtage wanted to go back to committing his crimes after his release.
What? So she must have straight up asked him, do you plan on hacking Rockstar again if we let you go? And the guy said, well, yes. That's what happened. He probably arranged a meeting to get the money. Did he not ask for crypto? But even with crypto, you got to offload somewhere. And a lot of the exchanges have basically, come down to KYC, what makes it more difficult. But I'm sure there's still ways for a ransomware group to pull us off. I'm very curious to know how they managed to find the guy. That'll be so interesting to hear. But that's stupid, all right? So if he was with a psychiatrist, and at some point the psychiatrist goes, if we are to release you, will you go on and commit crimes? And he said, well, yeah. Crypto can be traced. Yeah, crypto is the most easily traceable thing out there ever. You can see every single transaction, but you can obfuscate it a bit. There are, what's it called? Tumblers? Is it called a tumbler? Tornado Cash? But even those are being shut down. Tumblr. Is it a Tumblr? Tumblr, yes. There are, there used to be more things like this where you put your crypto in and it does something and then you get it out and it's not untraceable, but less traceable. The problem is you still need to cash out. And that point of cashing out is where the exchanges come in, because let's say you get what's the other guy? The guy wanted 2 million from that Insomniac hack. You can have 2 million in crypto, but then how do you get the 2 million out to do something with it? Companies really good at tracing crypto movements, even on privacy-focused chains. So even like the tumblers, right? You put your money into one address and it will spit it out at a different address. But actually, I don't know how they do it, but there is some way that they've found a way. I guess it's not exact, but there's a probability of it, right? Spurious? I don't know if you follow that more closely than I do, but I guess it's not. Crypto cash is way more anonymous. Crypto is not anonymous. I have trackers on the. No, expat, how it works. Every coin has a address associated with it. But when you go through like what I showed you, a Tumblr, I don't know how it works exactly, but it does obfuscate or make it a lot more difficult to find out.
The judge explained that due to this risk, he would be placed in a hospital prison until doctors determine he is no longer a threat.
Oh,
During the court
that's not
proceedings,
life.
the jury learned that Kurtic had already been arrested for hacking NVIDIA and police had placed him in a Travelodge while out on bail after rival hackers doxed him.
Wow, this guy's on a hacking spree. And rival hackers doxed him. Okay, so I guess this is a sensationalized headline because life in hospital is not placed in hospital until it's determined he's no longer a threat. So this doesn't mean that he'll be placed in the hospital until he dies, and when he dies, the threat ends. He'll be placed in the hospital until he wakes up one morning and goes, you know what? I am no longer going to hack stuff. And they go, you promised? And you'll go, I promised. You go, do you pinky swear? He'll go, I pinky swear. And they'll say, okay, you're free to go. And that could be 2 years. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It's not life. That's not life. That's why I thought that's an outrageous headline. How do you get life in prison for hacking well, did he get paid? I mean, obviously it's a crime, but it's not a life in prison crime. I mean, there's people who've murdered people and gotten out in 10 years. So you're telling me that hacking is worse than murder? I mean, you're basically murdering the profits of a company if you release the game, but I'd be surprised. It needed to say sentenced to a life in prison. But it's not life in prison. I mean, I will be surprised if it's more than 5 years. They're not going to keep a non-violent felon in prison for... Well, I guess if they see him as a menace to society, maybe, is that it? Well, yeah, what is a hospital prison?
Inside the Travelodge, cops found an Amazon Fire Stick, keyboard, mouse, and smartphone, which allowed him to access the internet and defy his bail conditions. Luckily, Rockstar has claimed that the hack hasn't slowed down the game's development, and earlier this month revealed Grand Theft Auto 6's first trailer along with a 2025 release. Rockstar is hardly the first game studio to be hacked. Just recently, Insomniac suffered a major breach where terabytes of data, including Wolverine gameplay,
I know,
was leaked.
How devastating for a gaming studio to get hit like that. Oh, Dexerto is based in Canada? Really? I had no idea. I had no idea. Well, I mean, there's nothing about this that would scream Canada to you. Well, good for them. Interesting. I mean, Star Citizen had its own very scary leak, right? Not too. Well, it was longer. When was it? (2015). This was scary. Back in 2015. I don't know if okay, for those of you who weren't around, but this was a scary time for Disco Lando, who I think was probably close to maybe getting fired. Speaking of leaks, there was a incident where he was doing a Inside Star Citizen or whatever the show was called at the time, and there was a screen behind him, and on the screen behind him was a partial URL to some Amazon data file that they had on the Amazon servers, but the last couple of digits from the URL were not visible. And what some enterprising individuals managed to do was brute force the last bunch of digits. And there was a massive yeah, that was it. So I guess at the top there was the URL. Complete with lots of stuff.
But players, eager to find out about the game's giant spaceships, managed to download the file. Inside, they found a 3D model of a huge Bengal spaceship, as well as other models. Spaceships are hugely important to the world of Star Citizen. Ships like the Bengal are sold for real money. 200 people paid $250,000 for access to a selection of giant in-game ships during a promotion that lasted for hours.
That's unreal. But anyway, there was a big data file. Thankfully, I don't think it was too much about the actual game itself, which wouldn't have been too useful at this point in time because the game has changed so much. But this was a major leak. It was potentially devastating and potentially job losing. This is Knight Rider before he was employed at CIG. Yeah, that was rough. It's also how the Leaks Discord really got a kick, because one enterprising individual named Hater went and downloaded this and was selling access to it, which is obviously highly illegal to do. But this was a scary time for CIG, because we didn't know how much of the game was in there, if it was like everything they had so far. If it was everything they had so far, actually there was a fair amount of Squadron 42 in there as far as I recall. Was there? There was more in there, just model of ships. There was, at the time, I think, an entire description or an explanation of what Squadron 42, what the missions in Squadron 42 were about. There was a bit in there. But scary times for Disco Lando. I'm sure there was a very difficult meeting they had discussing if we should be reprimanded or not about that. Butcher coming in with our Kool-Aid flavor. What do you have for us? Purple's only flavor. Red. What flavor is purple? It's long before the missions were even made. Yeah, I don't know at what point, how far along Squadron 42 was in, but a lot of the story, I don't know if it's the same leak, but there was a fair amount of leak of Squadron 42 at some point where enough of the story was out. I did not see any kind of visuals, but apparently the descriptions or something was out about that at some point. So, okay, I guess we understand this story a bit better too. Leak include 1.5 terabytes of information, include incomplete gameplay footage, details about story character. Oh, man.
It was revealed that the game was internally aiming for a 2026 release, which is likely later than most would be hoping. However, it's not clear if this leak could affect the release date further, which is a distinct possibility. Unsurprisingly, there are also plans for the game to lead into the bigger Marvel Spider-Man story, and the broader Marvel universe even more.
That's terrible. Imagine putting like your heart and soul into this game only to have the entire thing taken from you. Gabs. What's up with the thirst traps? Yeah, I have to scroll away in case my wife, she might see me looking. I can't watch. Can I pull this off? Can I pull this thing off? I don't think I could pull off a dress like that. Oh, end up getting stuff from Elgato. Good for you, man. Testing a $5,000 HP. What the hell? Is that a dual screen of foldable laptop? No ways. That's pretty cool. That is cool. Huh. I like it. Will it run Star Citizen is my question. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, anyway. 2026 release is planned in 2015. Yes. For Squadron 42. Yeah, look, I do feel that they did have Squadron 42 on track for. They won't tell us. They never told us the story. But in Answer the Call 2016, it was supposed to be the big flashy reveal of Squadron 42. And then they gave us a whole explanation about they didn't feel was ready to show us and something changed in the months leading up to CitizenCon, where the plans basically shift that say we cannot do this because we're doing something else now. And we may get the full story one day, but we don't have the full story yet. The leaks are super fishy. Yeah, absolutely. But I do want to follow up on this Insomniac leak. I want to go through most of it and understand more. What is else happening? Any new videos from RSI? Oh, the Rambler. Any of you guys own the Rambler? I gotta take a look at it. I haven't looked too much. Tobii I haven't used it yet. You don't own it, but it's in your hangar. What do you mean it's in your hangar? The Rambler? Are they letting you test fly it? So maybe check. Maybe I have one too. I kind of have the urge to create another one of those zero to hero accounts where you just have one ship. And I think the Rambler is a cool little starter ship just to have it. It's for a test fly. So tell me, is the food, what's it called, food generator? Does it make food? Is this something that you have to input to get food out, or just spits food at you? How's that work? I got it because I heard it was a larger fuel tank, but it's the same tank as a Scout. It's got LTI. I might have to buy one. I want to have another alt account with just nothing on it. Pledge. Just so you know, when you put your money in, you get what you deserve. Soylent starter pack. Oh, yeah, that's also tempting. That is tempting also. Cutter Holiday Starter Pack 51. Is the Rambler not on sale? Is Rambler just standalone? Freelancer has one, it's not functional. But Spurs, is the idea that the food, it's like a replicator from Star Trek? You say, I want a burger, and it spits out a burger? I'm curious to know if there's some sort of inputs, like you have to go and find wheat and water, and it'll make the food for you, or it's just going to basically create food on the go. I want to roll around my purple Gattac Luxury. Yeah, this is not bad. I mean, I like the ship. I mean, I got it right. Can still pick it up with a package. Maybe I'll just melt the one I have in my account for store credit and just put this into a standalone account. LTI, Star Citizen. It's a weird ship. I'll just eat food paste until implement food. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be exploration. It's supposed to go out and just be able to create everything you need. So I'm guessing it will produce food as needed. But I'm wondering if they're going to create some kind of stupid game loop where you have to put inputs into it. It's not going to create food out of you have to put X units of water and whatever units of whatever plant you can find around the planet, and then it makes food for you. Nomad starter is good. Yeah, decent ship. But I mean, I tell everyone who has been dropping in, get the cheapest starter package you can. Now, go buy yourself the Aurora. It's $40. That gets you the game. You're good to go. You can earn everything you need from that. I mean, you're supposed to play this game this way, right? If you don't have rock walls and purple luxury, sorry. Yeah. No, Mad Dog, it's a cool ship, right? Are you using it? I haven't flown it since I got it, but I know, Shempasta, I hate to break the news to you. I know that you have to spend at least $10,000 to enjoy this game, but there is this one life hack, and I'm going to tell you guys now because I love you guys so much. Please don't share this. You only need $40 to play this game. But just be aware that when you spend the $40, you get what you deserve. That's right. You deserve all the pain that will follow from that. And look, you can try the pay to win. I mean, someone else will come with a big ship and they've won the game. So if you want to win the game, just pay more because that's how you win. Clearly, if you spent $40,000, you have won the game. You can log out. No need to play anymore. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to buy another package. Yeah. Do I need another alt account with just a ship on it? I like having an alt account with just one ship in it because it forces you to use that ship and forces you to play the game rather than, pull out your 890 jump and go pleasure cruising. But the Rambler does speak to me. Will I pick up a cutter? Is it CCU'd? Rambler. $50. So, you know what? I might have something to CCU into it. Don't I have a stupid quad or something? X1. I got to keep the X1. I've got a mule. Well, I might need the mule. Tough decisions, man. Rambler seems meh. I don't see the draw. That's the food thing. We need food, don't we? I don't know. Best ship exploration one is cheap. Yeah, Spurs, you're right. I mean, how long will you stick in any kind of beginner ship in this game? You quickly move away from an Aurora. Even if you get an Aurora, do 1 or 2 box missions. 1 or 2. Do a couple of box missions. As soon as you can get into the Prospector, you're good to go. Like once you have a money-making ship, then you're never going back to your starter ship. The only time you use a starter ship is to go to the as a taxi from one station to another. That's about it, right? Raytheon, what's up? Watching on YouTube. How is my YouTube stream? Is it good? What's up, YouTube? Can I push my own icons? I can. Smiley faces, hearts, 100%. What do those do even? Does it do anything at all? Yeah. I'm going to give it some thought this weekend. I'm itching to have another account that's just... I had an alt account with that one ship, but then I slowly added a second ship. Now it's got a Zeus MR in it and a starter ship. And before you know it, it's an account full of stuff. So I'm itching for another blank account with nothing. We may take a look at it. Yeah. And final day of Luminalia coming. Let's see if we get the new space bike or a picture of the handlebar of the new space bike. That'll be exciting too. But short stream today, guys. I just wanted to drop in and say hi. I know I was late this morning. Busy taking care of some home cleaning on the org side of things. There's always little things to do. We've been updating our Discord. I don't know if you guys have your own Discords, but there's a lot of channel bloat, lots of permission bloat, spaghettification of a whole bunch of roles and things. So every once in a while, you have to go in and just clean sweep and clean everything up. So There's a couple of mods in the staff. We've been working hard behind the scenes, cleaning up our Discord, making everything run smoothly. We've streamlined the onboarding a little bit. Looks to be okay so far. But one of those things. House cleaning. Always good to go. But it is lunchtime. So thank you very much for dropping in, guys. Just wanted to pop in this morning, say hello. Tomorrow, Friday, why don't we boot up the game and play the Star Citizen game that people have been talking about? We'll give that a shot. But also, I need to play some Red Dead. Can I play Red Dead? Should I stream Red Dead? I don't know. I don't think I'm a very interesting streamer when it comes to games because I just stare blankly at the screen. Do streamers do that? Is there a style of streaming where all you do is you stare blankly at the screen and don't react to anything at all? Because that's my default state. Do I play Star Citizen? I'm going to download it. Apparently, this is the website. And it says there's all kind of things. I can discover these things. I can play it right now. Actually, that's actually interesting to know. What is the new player onboarding experience? So if you drop onto RSI, you know nothing about this. It says play now. I'm going to click play now, which brings me to this screen. The very first thing they show you is a $40 pack. $40 for this game is a deal. $40 for what Star Citizen has at this point in time, I think, is an amazing deal. That is awesome. So, PC requirements. I understand, I confirm that I've read and understood PC specs. Windows 8? Really? 3 gigabytes of RAM, 4 gigabytes. Oh my god. Okay, that's bare. That's bare minimum. This is like my 970 probably had that. Quad core with AVX instructions, Sandy Bridge. 16. Oh yeah. If you have Windows 8, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 4 gig GPU, you might be able to play this game at horrible frame rates. Yeah, I don't see mention of SSD. I'm assuming, hey, are new PCs sold with spinning drive these days or all NVMe SSDs? I don't see anyone with a spinning drive and those stats getting any kind of enjoyable experience out of this game. They should probably put that like an SSD at bare minimum, right? But otherwise, I mean, that's pretty good. $40. It's just you're going to need a $1,000 bare minimum PC to make it run. But I guess as long as you understand the basic stats, and that's it. Some of HDDs. Next time I drop into Costco, I'll take a look. I don't know if the current generation of PCs even come with spinning discs anymore. I'd be surprised. Red Dead, find out controversial things about horse choices? What do you mean controversial horse choices? I guess I'll find out. No spoilers. Don't tell me. Anyway, guys, I'm off to lunch, but thanks for dropping in this morning. Tomorrow morning, same place, same time, we're going to get a normal stream. Maybe get some actual gameplay in. Star Citizen stuff. Actually, we'll pull out the Soylent Green. That's why. I like the new meta, the new naked meta on Twitch. Hilarious.
Eyes closed. Just so fast.
Alrighty. Tirada is on. Neville. Fexy. Duhu. Master Mode's discussion with Avenger 1. Dora is on. Cutlet. Info Runners. Wearing Christmas. Do I have to wear a Christmas hat? I don't have a Christmas. Actually, we do have Christmas hats. I'm not wearing it. It's too hot. Uber Nerd. Star Citizen. Triggering Talk. That sounds good. Hey, you know what, guys? We haven't given Uber Nerd a host. I'm going to toss you down to Uber Nerd. Giving my regards. Oh, wait, Enterprise is on. Okay. Well, your choice, guys. Should we do Uber Nerd or Ender? Ender? Yeah. Gar, you filthy Honda lover. 07 to you too. I'm going to grab some lunch. I'm going to try do another 10 or 20 minutes of Red Dead. And tomorrow we'll play some game. But it seems that Enterprise is 27 viewers. Let's give Enterprise a bump here. He needs some more viewers. Let's do that. All right, ladies and gents, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll download the Star Citizen game. We'll get that done. /raid Enterprise. There you go. All right. Have a good day. Catch you tomorrow. It's Friday. TGIF. Later, guys. And you're off right now. There you go. Now I'm thinking, what, tuna for lunch? We have tuna. Oh, you know what? I have sardines. Can I put sardines on rice? I think I can.